Now that we are in 2023, numerous items that have long been staples in our grocery stores are set to disappear. From shifting consumer preferences to supply chain disruptions, the grocery shopping experience is evolving. So let's dive right into the list and discover what items might be disappearing from your local grocery store very soon. While the pace of food inflation has come down somewhat in recent months, industry experts expect the fallout from furiously rising prices to continue to affect the grocery industry throughout this year. Overall sales are unlikely to decline this year, even as people carefully watch their spending. But food retailers will probably have to step up their use of promotions and other tools to hold down cost in order to retain shoppers that have been impacted the most by the crisis. Last year, U.S. consumers saw the largest annual increase in food prices since the 1980s. While food prices generally increase about 2% in prior years, they increased about 11% from 2021 to 2022. The retail industry has been one of the hardest hit sectors, which is why 20 items are expected to be cut slowly from grocery stores this year. One produce item that you might see less is vegetable oils. Vegetable oil is an essential in everything from pizza dough to shampoo. Is currently in short supply. This is largely due because of weather disasters and the growing use of biofuels to replace fossil fuels. Bloomberg recently reported that producers are looking for used oil, the sludge from processing palm oil, and new non-food crops that could be converted for ethanol and biodiesel. The problem now is demand is cutting into supplies used for food, raising the question of what should take precedence, feeding the world population or fighting climate change. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the vast majority of oilseed crops are harvested in Russia and Ukraine. The Brookings Institution reported that more than 70% of the world's sunflower seed and sunflower oil alone in 2020 originated in those two countries. Many expect that exports will continue to decrease, leading to shortages of cooking oil and higher prices for what remains available. Many have reported that Midwestern corn crops endured a brutal 2022 season full of sweltering temperatures, intense storms, and harmful pests. Around August 2022, experts found many crops to be either destroyed or unable to be harvested within the region. States such as Illinois, Ohio, Nebraska, Indiana, and South Dakota were showing dismal yields, which trailed numbers from the prior year. While the United States is the world's largest producer of corn, limited exports from other countries, such as Brazil and Ukraine, during this growing season have not helped this. Furthermore, the use of corn for biofuel production has increased greatly in recent years, as governments and industries worldwide focus on reducing carbon emissions and transitioning to renewable energy sources. There have been greater demand for corn as a biofuel feedstock. This increased demand for biofuels may divert a portion of corn production away from the food supply chain, potentially leading to a decrease in the availability of corn-based food products. Pet food is also facing a shortage. You might have noticed it's been a lot harder to find your pet's food in the stores lately, amidst recent shortages of corn and oil. Dog food is the latest good to be feeling the shortage, and not to mention the latest good to face rising prices. If your pet food aisles seem sparse, it is likely due to supply chain issues. Supply chain issues have affected almost everything you can think of, and in this case, these supply chain issues are significantly impacting smaller stores. Additionally, staffing issues, rising prices, and slower deliveries across the board are contributing to the pet food shortage. Unfortunately, these supply chain issues have resulted in pet food prices increasing up to 40% from just 2 years ago. The meat industry forecast for this year also predicts a significant decrease in the supply of beef, leading to higher prices for everyone. Reports estimate that on average, Americans will eat 5.6% less beef this year due to shortages. If you do not want to eat less meat, then securing your supply now is very crucial. When the supply dropped 4% in 2003, prices advanced nearly 25%, similar to the situations in 2011. So there are several reasons behind the current meat shortage crisis. The crisis has led to a decrease in total herd size, since farmers were selling cows earlier than they usually would. They did this to take advantage of crisis prices and to stay open in difficult times. So as ranchers catch up, consumers can expect a shortage of beef products of every kind. Due to Hurricane Ian's devastating blow in Florida last year, many orange trees were ruined from the storm. Because of this, the state's orange production is expected to drop 51% this growing season. That is down to just 20 million boxes of oranges. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, this would be the Sunshine State's lowest output since the 1936 to 1937 season. Diseases like citrus greening also pose a significant threat to orange trees. This bacterial disease affects the overall health and productivity of citrus trees, including oranges. These trees produce smaller, underdeveloped fruits, reducing the yield and quality of oranges. In regions heavily affected by citrus diseases, such as Florida and parts of Brazil, orange production has been significantly impacted, leading to a decrease in overall orange availability. Rumors of a possible champagne shortage have also been bubbling up all over the news, and it's not a new concern. The demand for the beverage began to skyrocket in 2021. This is an unforeseen turn of events after a strong drop in sales during the peak of the crisis. Producers have struggled to keep up, and the problem has been further exacerbated by a cap on production, which was set at 25% below where it was before the crisis. Drought and rough weather over the past year throughout areas of California, as well as the Champagne region of France, have additionally left producers with just a little bit of champagne left in stock. And with many types of champagne taking around 15 months, all the way up to 4 years to prepare, it could be quite a while until production is back on track. Created from a variety of cereal grains, flour is an essential ingredient in things like pasta, pancakes, brownies, pizza, and much more. Given that Russia and Ukraine grow roughly a fifth of the world's cereal grain, the crisis has significantly impacted the global supply of flour. Experts also blame climate change for reducing wheat crop yields, leading to a flour shortage and impacting prices and availability for many foods that require flour. Given the shortage of flour, it only makes sense that there will be also a shortage of bread this year. Since there is no end in sight, the bread shortage has a potential to continue throughout all of this year and beyond. We saw a lower supply of bread in 2022, and it looks like things will only get more dire as 2023 continues. eggs are still in short supply and experiencing significant price hikes. Other grocery items that may slowly begin to disappear from stores this year is butter, tomatoes, beer, rice, strawberries, milk, mayonnaise, avocados, infant formula, and broccoli.